In the last session, we were taking our discussion towards the authentication part in Angular, right? And we are going to start the session from that particular part. In the first step, we have to follow all the procedure, means we need to create the page. Hold on a minute, guys. Okay, now we can start. Am I audible? Those who are joining online, give me a message if I'm audible to you. Okay, fine. So in the last class, we were discussing this part that you need to follow these steps. And in that, we have created the sign up page. Okay. So go to VS Code again. So this is what we have completed yesterday, a sign up page, which is going to log in. Let's run this and we will check. So this is what we have done. You can keep the email ID, password, and click on sign up. It will take you to the sign up. And when you are already having an account, so this one already have an account. So if you are clicking on this, it will take you to the login page. Okay. Now we need to include the sign up logic here. Like user should create account by keeping the email ID and password and sign up. As we are using Firebase for our development, so I will open the Firebase as well. As you are not paying anything, like it's free, so there are some sort of less security. In this case, whenever you are writing the email ID and password, generally how you got sign up, a OTP will come to your email ID or a link will come to your email ID to confirm it. Here it will not come directly. You can create your account and log in, right? So it will be working on that way. So this was our project Angular hyphen auth. So open it. Now we need to include the login sign up. We need to include the login sign up. For that, in the next step after designing the sign up page, that is going to be step 6, step 7. So in step 7, we need to write in the Firebase console, in the Firebase console, enable the email and password authentication. Means you have to tell your Firebase that in my app user can log in through email and password. For that, you will be seeing something called this authentication. Okay, you are seeing this authentication. If this is not visible, then open this build section. In this build you will see this authentication, right? So this particular authentication you need to check. Okay, this one authentication you need to check. So click on this authentication. Even this also you can click. After that it will load something like this, and in this it will say you that get started and ask Gemini. So you can directly click on get started. After that it will take you to this screen. Right, this kind of a screen will come. Now in this particular part we need to include email and password authentication. What we need to include? Email and password. Means this one we need to include email and password, this one. So basic thing, click on this. Now it will ask you that user can log in with email and password. Enable it. Email link, password less sign in, means a link will go to email. I don't want that, so don't enable this. Just enable the top one, and that's it. After that, just click on save. That's it. Right? You will see that email password is enabled now. If you want user to click on, like user can log in with mobile number, so you can select this, enable, same step, right? If you want to include email, Google login, continue with Google, continue with Facebook, continue with Apple, continue with GitHub, continue with Microsoft. These options are also available, but we will not use all of these, right? We will simply go with email and password. Now, first thing, let's go to our sign up page. So this is the signups HTML file, and I will open the corresponding TypeScript file as well. So you need to understand that this input box will be having the value. Let's say here I will write shivam at the rate of gmail.com, right? And I will write some password as well. You should take this password to TypeScript, right? Where you will write the logic. So define two fields there. In TypeScript, I will define two fields. First is the email field, which will be in string and initial value is empty. Is there any doubt in this? No doubt. Second thing I am saying password. It will be in a string and initial value is empty string, right? Initial value is empty string. I have a button, sign up button. I will attach one click event to this, and I will name my click event as on submit. On submit. It means whenever you are clicking on sign up button, it will call something as on submit, or you can call a function as on sign up. On sign up. That's it. In TypeScript, I will define a function, and function name is on sign up. On sign up, right? Okay. Let's print a console message to this as first, just to check whether it is working or not. So we'll go to inspect console. I'll click on this button, and it is print. It is not printing that. So you will see that first is coming for a long little time because it is refreshing the page after that. Okay, that's fine. Now, instead of printing this value to console, I will say that you should set the value in email and password. Set the value in email and password. How you will set those values? I want the value from input box should come in this email and password. How they will come? How they will come? Means whatever value is having in this input box and this input, they should go into that email and password field. We have done this, right? Binding we need to do. We need to do binding, right? ng model you can do. ng model binding you can do to these, right? If I am doing ng model binding, so first thing that it's a two-way data binding, so we need to write like this ng model, and it is equals to email. I'm trying to say this. So okay, ng model we need to import. If you remember what we need to import to use ng model, huh? Common modules. We need to import common modules. You guys are not practicing. If I am importing common modules and we are using the common modules here, so it is rebuilding the application and fine. Now if I am writing here shivam at the rate of gmail.com, inspect Go to console, and here if I'm clicking on this sign up button, it should do something. For that, I will print this dot email. Means I will print the email ID to console, whatever email ID I am writing. Okay, whatever email ID I am writing, I'll print that to console. What happened? One thing, that here you are not handling this form. Here we are not handling this form. For that, what you need to do, you need to keep this button out of the form. It should not be inside the form. The reason is, if you are keeping the button inside the form action will work there. What will work? Form action. We are keeping it just for now. Let's rebuild this. Even though we can import ng model also, so let's rebuild the application. Okay, so this is what we have written. Design we will fix, but our first case is whatever email ID I am writing here, and I'm clicking on the sign up button, it should print that email ID to console. It is trying to print something, but proper value is not coming. Empty value is coming. Means this email ID is not going to set here. For that, you need to handle this particular part. How you will handle? First thing, to this input box, I will have to write the value property. So if I'm saying that its value is equals to string interpolation email, and I will write the by default value of email as abc@gmail.com. Okay, in this way I will write. So you will see that this email ID is coming by default here, right? If I'm changing this to shivam@gmail.com and click on the sign up button, here ABC is getting printed. Means this particular part is not updating that. For that, we need to attach a event here. What event we need to attach now? Yes, asking to you only. What is the event for input button? On change. On change. Arey, what is the event on change? Remember, we used to do something with input box. Remember or not that we need to do something with the input box so that it can set the values. Do one thing. I'm attaching some event as on change. In on change, it will call set email. It will call something as set email. Now here, let's define the set email. Set email, and this function will print to the console as messages first. That's it. Now here, if I'm typing something, so you will see that particular function is not getting called. On change method is not getting called, and I want that function to work here. Then only our sign up and that will work. It is still taking abc at the rate of gmail.com. Now this is your task. We have already taught how to synchronize the input box in Angular. My question is simple. Whatever value I am writing in this input box, it should go and set inside this email. Whether this email part is empty or is having some string inside it, doesn't matter. How we do it? We didn't write as event. One thing is we have to write event means whenever this set email is getting called, it is called with a event, and here it will accept that e, right, and type of any, then it will write e dot target dot value. If you are saying in this way, okay, that is also fine. So here if I'm writing s, again nothing is working. If I'm writing s at the rate of gmail.com, nothing. Means still it is not getting connected. See, if you will forget the concepts of basic Angular, like how you will build some applications, guys. Building large scale application requires this particular knowledge, right? It requires that. Question is simple. Doesn't matter if you're writing here event or e, you have to call it by that particular way only. Ng model we have to use. How we have to use ng model, that if we are saying that we have to use ng model, okay, that is fine. First we need to write ng model in this way. Is it correct? Ng model. And if I'm writing here email, means I am connecting the model to this email part. Is it fine? If I'm writing in this way, this is the result. Can't bind to ng model. Okay, forms module we need to import. Let's import this one also. From which package we used to import the forms module? Angular forms. Yes. Now don't look at me. I am not going to answer this question. You only have to answer this question. We have imported the forms module as well. Again, we will check the console for the messages. It is giving some sort of error that if ng model is used within a form tag, either the name attribute must be set or the form control must be defined as stored in the ng model option. Okay, can remove it. Here I will write the same thing as at the rate of gmail.com and I'll click on sign up. Again, it is printing the empty string only. How to fix this ng model kind of thing now? Or what we are going to do is, let me show you something. I will change this form tag. Okay, I will change this form tag to a div tag. So it will disrupt the design for a once. So this is email ID and this way. Go to inspect, go to console, and this time console is free of errors. But whenever you are writing email ID as.gmail.com, sign up, now it is coming, right? By using the ng model, it is coming now. So that was the form handling, right? That was the form handling. So not an issue. We have to handle the form. In that you can use the concept that we taught you about forms. So to this particular div, I will give it a class as form, and here I will write dot form. So you will see that it is coming in the same design. Okay. Now your email ID is getting connected. Same you have to do with the password as well. So your password is also connected to ng model. So I will keep ng model equals to password. Okay. It is connected to password. And it is printing email ID with some space, and then it is printing this dot password. Okay. So let's write some email ID here. So I will write as at the rate of gmail.com. Password I will write as something, let's say 1 2 3 4 5. I want whenever I am clicking on this input box, means the sign up button. So email ID and passwords are getting printed. But how they are getting printed? Refresh. So here I will keep as at the rate of gmail.com, password 1 2 3. So coming, email ID is also coming, password is also coming. Okay. Now we have to use the logic of Firebase for the login and sign up because we are getting email ID and password. Now you have to search sign up with email and password Firebase. So a documentation will come like this. So you will see this particular code that import means this particular code is given to you by Firebase. So first you need to copy the first line. We have already installed the Firebase by writing npm install Firebase. Remember? Now you need to import this and remove this get auth. You have to import create user with email and password from Firebase. This is a method which is provided to you by Firebase, in that you can say it will directly take one email ID and one password and it will create the user. It means it will create your account. This is a ill-built method. Remember, we were having a firebase.js or .ts file in which we were exporting default app, right? And we were exporting the auth also. For that, go to TypeScript file and import this auth. So I will import auth from, means you need to give the path of that file. So the path, we are inside the app dot slash, that is Firebase, right? Means this particular file. Here, instead on the sign up, on this particular function, remove this line and copy paste the code provided to you by Firebase. So Firebase is saying you that this is the code. Create user, copy the entire code, entire, and paste it in your sign up function, right? And it is taking, let me remove comment. So comment time removing, whatever code it is giving you, don't make any change there. So you are importing auth, so you are using here, and then you have email and password. Because these are written in class, so you need to write this dot email, this dot password, this dot email, and this dot password. And now that's it. That's it. Sign up logic is done. Shall we check it? We need to check it also, right? That whether it is working or not. So first go to Firebase, and this is your admin panel, and here I will click on users. How many users it is showing here? How many users it is showing? No user? Means till now in your application there is no user. So let's refresh our application. It is working fine. Now I will create first user. So I will write email ID as shivam at the rate of gmail.com, and some password I will write. Any password. Uh, And I will click on sign up. Now it might have done something. It might have done something. What? For that, you have to go to Firebase and refresh this page here. Are you seeing one user is coming now here? Shivam at the rate of gmail.com. Come forward if it is not visible, guys. Come this side. Visible from there? Properly visible. Yes, hello. Visible to you? Read out what is this written here, this text. Read this. Arey, read it. Visible to you? Read this. Where the mouse is, read what is written here. Hey, come here. Why to be a backbencher every time? Visible? Why are you sitting there then? Come forward. Now you have created one user. What you did? Nothing. Just logic of create user with email and password, which is already defined by Firebase, right? Here, what we are doing, my advice was correct. Who is this? Samar, what was your advice? Right? In the catch error, means Now I have already created a account, right? I have already created a account with shivam at the rate of gmail.com. I want that if someone else is trying to create an account with this email ID, it should show a error. So it will come error. Let's say I am trying to sign up again. Go to inspect with the same email ID and some different password. I am trying to sign up again. So when you are clicking on sign up, it will throw a error in the console. Bad request. Error is coming. When error is coming, means catch part is working. So in this catch, you can show a alert. You can show a alert. In alert, you can say an account with this email ID is already exist. An account with this email ID already exists. Now do the same thing again. I will write shivam at the rate of gmail.com, means same email ID. By the way, this is not my email ID, just randomly I'm writing. An account with this email already exists. What if account is not there? Let's say I will create abc at the rate of gmail.com and 12345 any random password. First, check the Firebase users section. There is only one user. There is only one user here, right? Created on 8 Feb 2025. This is the user's UID, email provider. Now, let's do it again. I will click on sign up and user created. Because we are not handling this part, but user is getting created, right? Came here. What I want is whenever a user is trying to sign up, after creating the account, the user should go to login page. It means that whenever here in this particular part, here it is working fine. I want to open the login page. How to open the login page here? So if I'm saying window.location equals to slash login, if I'm trying to say in this way, string is not a shiny. You got my point? Let's say, okay, we have to implement the router here. What I want is whenever this particular part is getting done, means user has created the account. After that, user should come to the login page directly, as it is not showing anything now. But we can show one alert here. So go to VS Code and here I will show one alert that account created successfully. Account created successfully. So let's create account with the same email ID abc at the rate of gmail.com. Some password. Here it is showing an account with this email ID already exists. I will change the email ID to a at the rate of gmail.com. Sign up. Account created successfully, right? Account is getting created successfully. Now what we need is whenever this account is getting created successfully, it should take us to the login page as well. So after this alert, it should take us to the login page. How it will take us? So there is one thing in that you can write window.location, right? There you can write window.location, but here we are using the routing logic. What we are using? Routing logic. So you need to import something. Let's check whether navigation is there or not. So we will import navigation. What we are importing? Navigation. If you just check this navigation, what is this? This is a interface. What is this? This is a interface, and it is triggered by whenever you are using router dot navigate, whenever you are writing router dot navigate. So I will try to write the same thing here, that router dot navigate in this slash login, and we need to import the router. So in this way, okay, so here let's do one thing. In this router, I will try to navigate it, or simply we can write navigation, or you leave it because you can't understand. First, we should be able to create a login page as well. Now I'm already having an account login page. So quickly design the login page. So I'll close this, means we will do that, but before let's design the login page. So HTML and CSS both files I will open. In HTML, first creating a container, giving it a class as container. Inside is creating the div, which is going to have a class as form. It is going to have same thing, email and password. So I will copy the HTML thing from sign up page, because same form we are going to have here also. So copy the entire thing and paste. So that is how your login page will come now. Okay, ng model. So import it here in TS file. We will use the common module and forms module. Email and password we need to declare in login page. So this is email, which is in a string. Initial value is empty. Password, which is in a string. Initial value is empty. On sign up, okay, this is also one function. On sign up, that's how your login page is coming now. So we will design the login page. For that, let's first call the container. I will say that its width is going to be 100 view width, not 190 view width, and its height is going to be 90 view height. It is displaying the flex, aligning the items in center, justifying the content in center as well. Okay, so it will come here. Now we can design the form. So call that dot form. It is also displaying the, it is not displaying flex. It is having the border of 2 pixel solid black, leaving a padding of 20 pixel, and you will see that this is coming in this way. You can increase the width of this form to 300 pixel, and this will be the result. After that, we got two fields, input and label. To the label, I will say that you are floating to left, and to the input box I will say that you are floating to right. So this is how your box will come. Go to inspect. What we need to change in this login page? First thing, already have an account, it should not be coming there because we are on the login page. What should come on the login page? Does not have an account. Does not have an account. If you do not have an account, you can go to sign up page, right? So does not have an account. So it is taking you to the sign up page. But actually sign up page is our home page. So you can write dot simple slash. Go to login page and it is taking us to the sign up page. This sign up button should be changed with login button. So login and this on sign up should change to on login. I will write the same function name there as well, that is on login, so that it is not throwing any error. And now it is fine. Now again, what is the login method provided by Firebase? So just scroll a bit here and you will see sign in a user with an email and password. Sign in. Copy the same first line and paste in your project. Remove the get auth. This time the function name is sign in with email and password. Second thing, you need to import auth. From where? From that particular firebase.ts file. After that, in the login function, you can copy this sign in with email address entire code. So go to VS Code and here I will keep this entire code. That's it. If you want to remove the comments, you can remove. Here change this dot email to simple email to this dot email and simple password to this dot password. Okay, in that way you can change it. Password. Okay, here it should be small s. Is my screen lagging? Gaurav, for only you, my screen is lagging. Just check your internet connection. Now, done. Here, if you have a account, so dot then part will work. In this dot then part, I will show a alert. In alert, I will show that logged in successfully. Logged in successfully. If you are not having an account, then at that time it will say wrong credentials. Wrong credentials. That's it. Go back to page and at first we'll go to sign up and we will create a new account. So I am creating a new account. I will write, let's say, z@gmail.com, z@of yahoo.com, because yahoo.com email ID is also there. Password I will keep as 12345. I'll click on sign up and it is saying an account with this email already exists. Oh, but we haven't created this, right? Go to Firebase, refresh. Why it is throwing error? Okay, we'll try it again. Refresh. z@of yahoo.com and some password. Okay, server error only. Now login. I will try to log in with the same email ID and I will give a wrong password at first. So I will keep z@the rate of yahoo.com. Password, I will give some wrong password. Login, wrong credentials. This time I will write exact password. Logged in successfully. That's it. Now we just need to create a home page, right? We just need to create a home page, and you can check in the firebase as well that how many users you are having right now. So you are getting here 4 users. You have option to delete all the users also. Let's say this Z has done something wrong with your app. Let's delete it. So you can delete the account. Deleted. So if your Instagram account is getting deleted, your Facebook account, that is how they delete your account. Now z@the rate of email ID is z@the rate of yahoo.com is deleted. Now if I'm trying to log in with the same account with the same password, wrong credential, because account is not there, right? Account is not there. That's how login sign up works. Now we are left with one particular thing in which when account is created means this sign up, it should take us to login page, and whenever you are logged in it should take us to home page. For that we should have a home page, and I think we are already having a home page. For that home page, first define the path. So go to app.root.ts. It is already having a path as home. Now that is done. Login sign up is done. We will implement the navigation section, that if user is created account, it should automatically take user to login page. When user is trying to logged in successfully, it should take you to the home page. And then in the home page, we will try to create the sign out means log out function as well. Okay. First, you just go through this particular part. If you felt any problem, you can ask me. We are choosing Firebase because it is free and it is provided by Google. If you have lot of money, then many paid resources are there. Okay. So now the first thing that we are going to implement in this application is this application is working fine. There is no problem with the application. The first problem is whenever user has created a account, it should take the user to login page, right? It should take the user to login page. For that, in the router only, actually, we need to discuss this thing. Yesterday, we talked about routing, defining the path, including the path. There is one more segment that is called router. What is router? So, Wi-Fi router is there. Wi-Fi routers are there. What is the work of Wi-Fi routers? Yes, we have one router here, this one, that has 4 stick or 2 stick out going outwards. The typical connection of router looks like in this way. Let's say this is a router. Or just understand that this is a router. So what is the typical connection? One wired cable will be coming to this router and it will be connecting. After that, this routing will be having 1, 2, 3, 4, some kind of route it is will be having, and it will be flowing that internet into other directions. That is router. Same router is there in our Angular or React as well. So go to sign up page, type script page. Here user is creating the account, create user with email and password. Do one thing, import router. So I will import router. Okay, so I have imported the router. Do one thing to your component, just say standalone true. Standalone true, that this is my standalone component. After that, here, after giving the alert, I will try to write something, and first let's create a constructor here because we need to use that. So I am creating a constructor. In this constructor, I will create the private router which is of the type router. Now I will use this router variable. So here I will try to write this dot router dot navigate. To which part it will navigate? So keep the small brackets and keep the square brackets and write the path. Path is /login. In this way it will take it. Just do one thing, try to refresh, go to console. If it is throwing any error, so it is not throwing any error. Chrome, that's fine. Email ID, let's say I will create something as q@gmail.com. q@gmail.com. Password, I will keep some password. Sign up, account created successfully, and it took us to login page. It took us to login page, right? It took us to login page. Same thing we will do here as well. Same thing, same logic, same thing. So go to login page, login TS. First import the router here. Import the router. Create the constructor so that we can use it. Private router, which is the type of router. Here logged in successfully. After that, I will call this dot router dot navigate. Where you want to go? I want to go slash home. I want to go slash home. Let's try to log in. First, I will write a wrong password. So we have created an account z at the rate of yahoo.com. Remember? Password, some wrong password. Wrong credential. Okay, again you can type. This time I will type the right password. Even I forgot the password as well. Login. So it is saying wrong credential because I forgot the password. Just now I created it. Let's try to log in with my account. Logged in successfully. If I'm clicking OK, it should take me to the home page. Took, right? It took me to the home page. And that's how it works. Understood? Now in home page, let's create a logout button. So in the home, let's close the sign up and login and home page, HTML file, CSS file. Here at first I will display one heading H1 that this is home page. This is home page. Second thing, I will display a button that logout. I will attach one logout event to this. I will attach one logout event. So click event it is will have on logout. On logout. So in home TS, we will define this thing on logout. Do one thing, go to Firebase again because Firebase provides you this, right? Firebase provides you that part. Scroll down, sign out, right? This is the sign out function of Firebase. So first, same thing, copy the import command and import it here, right? Removing the get auth from here because we will import the auth from our file. So import auth from which file? That is // firebase. In on logout, this is the code that sign out. So copy the entire code and paste. Means you don't have to write the logic. Logic is all written by Firebase. That's it. That's it. In the successful method, I will give an alert that logged out successfully. Logged out successfully. In catch, I will say unexpected error alert. But it is not an error here. Unexpected error. So that's how your home page works. I will click on logout and it is saying logged out successfully. But still it is loading the home page and it should not load the home page. It should take us to the login page. Same logic, import the router, same logic. So because after logout, again it is showing us the home page, but it logged out us. It logged out us, but home page we are not changing. For that, I'll change the page. So import router and first thing that create the constructor. Constructor is going to have a private router, which is the type of router. After giving the alert logged out successfully, you can say this dot router dot navigate and it should navigate you to slash login page. Okay, it should take you to slash. See, I have already logged out successfully. Okay, and we came to login page. That's it. That's how sign up, login, and sign out works. Let's us maintain the documentation as well. So after enabling the authentication, which was the step 7, now we are on to the step 8. In step 8, customize the sign up dot component dot ts file. I am giving you that code in the documentation as well so that you are not missing out anything. In step 9, login dot component dot html. After that, in step 10, login dot component dot ts. See, method logic is already provided to you by Firebase. We have just copy pasted the logic from there. Because when Firebase is providing you the things, why do you have to write it by yourself? In step 11, home dot component dot html. And then in the last step, we are going to have home dot component dot ts. That is how your part is done. We'll upload the code to GitHub, means we will give you the source code as well and the documentation. Today is the weekend, so tomorrow you are having holiday. Complete this auth application along with the router application. Okay. GitHub is free. Whatever I am teaching you, everything is free. Don't worry about that part. If you want to do OTP kind of thing using Google Firebase, that too for free, it is possible. You can do. After a certain time and certain user base, Google will charge you. Like initially, it will be free. What happened? Okay, na? So you can check out this Angular auth and these folders. I'll remove it. Now you can mention Firebase in your resume. Okay. Important skill. If you know how to implement login and sign up, if you are implementing a good login sign up with OTP and all the security, you have to use that only, right? So you already know it, right? You already know it. Yeah, forgot password and all options we can create. For that, first you should have a email based subscription. Means a link will go to email. Any other questions? Now you got two projects to do. One is routing in Angular and another is authentication in Angular. Implement both of these things before coming to class on Monday.